You don't actually need to build that much muscle to get life-changing benefits and results. I used to think that it was only when I became this big-ass bodybuilder or achieved the final form, this final physique, like one of my idols, David Lade, for example, that I would be able to truly reap the benefits of building muscle and building a physique. But something that's beautiful is you don't even have to be not even a year in to reap the rewards and gain incredible carryover and benefits to real life as a young guy. And that's because the benefits extend beyond just the physical form of building a physique. And the first way this could be the first sign of progression, first sign of leveling up that you've ever experienced in your life. See, when I first started the gym, I absolutely got hooked because suddenly I was seeing results. Leveling up and advancing myself in the real world never really occurred to me. I used to do this on video games, but then once I started the gym, I was like, holy fuck, I can start leveling up my fucking body, leveling up my traits. And just like in a video game, we understand that this takes consistent effort and we have to put in the consistent daily actions, like getting on the game and, grinding out the character and leveling up these different skills every single day if we truly want results. And when it comes to building a physique, when it comes to packing on muscle and leveling up your body, it might just be the first sign of leveling up in real life that you've done. And this reinforces and teaches you the idea of delayed feedback and delayed reward systems in real life. Because in the video game, you had to wait and you had to wait and you had to level up before you could get this weapon or before you could get this special ability. This is the same thing in life. You get hooked on the game because you constantly want to level up and reach this final endpoint, this final ability, this final weapon, this final amount of coins in your account so you can buy the certain thing. Well, this is like the physique. We're building up to that end physique, and it's teaching us a beautiful topic, a beautiful concept called micro speed and macro patience. What this means is micro speed. We get hooked. I got hooked on the gym and I wanted to do it every single day as much as I could. I wanted to put in the consistent effort, just like you probably do on this video game where you want to level up. So every day you have no problem moving fast and getting the task done, going to the gym, lifting weights. But on a long term basis, you have this macro, this bigger level of patience and understanding that this will take time and that you can't just have the physique or whatever in a day. This carries over to everything else in your life as a young guy. You understand and you appreciate the idea of delayed reward, delayed gratification, delayed feedback. You have to put in the efforts now, be fast now, do the small things now, and over long term you have to expand your vision and understand that things will take time. Then you wire your brain into this masculine essence of just wanting to do this positive habit forever, and it makes it easier to do other positive habits as well, because you now understand, well fuck, it's going to take time for me to actually build this physique, and it's not just going to come easily. Right? And it's because of this that I can now appreciate, and you will be able to appreciate, hard work and different tasks and different projects and journeys more, because you understand that you have to be patient and it's about putting in the effort and not seeing the greatest of results, not being at the end point straight away. Now I approach activities with this kind of patience and gratitude and acceptance that as long as I just put in the work and get better each and every day and do something each and every day, I will get to the end point eventually. It reframes your mind and your psychology to understand that it's about the journey and not just the destination. So when you're building the physique, when you're building muscle, you have so much joy and you have all this fun, and it takes you a long time to get to the end point, but it's all the more rewarding. And that's why I kind of hope that you have shit genetics, and I'm kind of happy that I kind of have shit genetics right now as well, because right now my back is in a bad position. I have to do a bit of rehab, and this is extending the process, making me have to be more patient and delaying my feedback and delaying my rewards to achieving the final form physique that I want. But it's helping me to keep going because I don't have this weak mindset, and it's a mindset that you can learn from a book called The Way of the Superior Man, and it's that you need to stop hoping for the completion of anything in life. Because I used to have this small-minded belief and think that if I didn't achieve something straight away, then it wasn't worth it, or there was no value in waiting. But We know that there simply is, if we're in the gym, we've seen it firsthand, we've built a little bit of muscle, we know that in another year we'll gain a little bit more muscle and a little bit more until we're at the final form, and even still then there's more gains to be made. So when you can approach positive habits with this eternal mindset of understanding you'll be doing it until the day you die, that's when they become truly, truly valuable. And you learn to have discipline and patience. And when you learn the specific concept, the specific skill of micro speed and macro patience, then you instantly put yourself into the top 20% of men. Because look around at the shops. Next time you go to the supermarket, most guys are built like sacks of potato. Most guys either have one or two physiques. They're built like a sack of potatoes with flabby arms and a fucking big beer belly, or they look like little children. They're like 35 years old with a little fucking neck beard, and they've got skinny arms and a frame that's like this big, and they look like you could fucking snap them with one hand. You don't want to look like this, and that's why it's incredibly valuable to build a physique, and even just building a little bit of muscle, building a shapely physique, a nice physique, will get you ahead of almost every guy. If you stand in the shopping center and put 100 guys in a line, there might be like, what? Like 5 guys who don't look like shit, and then there might be 2 guys who have pretty good physiques. So if you have a pretty good physique, that's not even the fucking top 20%. That's the top fucking 2% in this group of 100 of average people. And then once you continue to build more and more muscle and evolve your physique over time, this difference, this disparity becomes greater and greater, and you become in a smaller and smaller percentage of the population. And what do we know about basic fundamental physics of the world? Well, it's that the best man gets the best options. The best man gets the most respect. The best man gets the best girls. The best man gets basically everything, and it's not in an equal ratio. He gets 90% of the stuff. The top 10% guy gets 90% of the stuff that other people want, and the bottom 90% get the leftover 10%. So the easiest way to put yourself into this top percentile of young men is to simply get into fitness and build muscle. That's why I'm saying if you just build a bit of muscle, just 5 kilos of muscle, not even something incredible. You don't have to look like one of these social media influencers. You just have to not look like shit. Then you're going to experience so many positive benefits in life. And if you want the exact roadmap to not look like one of these losers in the shops that have fucking sack of potato bellies and skinny arms, check the link down below. I'll help you personally change your life forever. And it's when you combine the fact that you have a better looking body, a better looking primal aesthetic than most other guys around, and you have this desire to achieve stuff on a long-term basis. You have long-term thinking. You don't have this stupid vision that the fat fucks in the supermarket have, where they go on a diet for 2 days and they don't lose 30 kilos and then they give up. When you understand that progress takes consistent reiteration and development, and it takes patience to achieve a goal, then you have what it takes to be in the top 10% of guys and achieve so many benefits, like better dating options, more respect, more job opportunities. Everything comes from having a better physique, and you don't even have to have a crazy one. You just have to build a little bit of muscle. You just have to be shapely and not look like shit. And again, if you want help with that, check the link in the description. I'll teach you everything and the habits beyond the gym that transform me to a loser, to someone who has confidence and is doing way better in life than I was. Changed my life forever. But with that being said, progress is purpose. Keep grinding on. I'll see you in the next one.